Hey y'all, thanks for joining us again. It's your girl Intisar. This is my beautiful husband Joe, and we are talking all things Married at First Sight, season 117,000, Nashville.
We back. And I'm glad that we got back. I missed y'all a little bit.
A lot of it.
I miss y'all a lot. We haven't been here in a while. We had a nice little break.
Let's talk about the show, the Sugar Show. We're watching it live. We figured we watch it with you guys. We've already seen the first segment, and that was with Shaquille and Kristen. And all I have to say is I've never met a Kristen who wasn't a bad bitch. That's all I'm going to say. I love beautiful women. And she is one of them. And she seems like she's got a nice spirit.
Kristen is very nice. And I feel like
for now,
because obviously we're just meeting these people. But I also feel nervous for her for now because Shaquille kind of feels like he loves hearts. And if you,
I don't want to go there yet.
I went there. So
when she told her family, they were excited for her. Shaquille tells his friends he's getting married. They all quiet. Like, how awkward is that?
But also why?
What do they know that we don't know?
They know that he loves hearts.
Somebody knows something.
They know that he loves hearts. That's what I think.
I think that he could be somebody that she likes. She did describe somebody successful, nice teeth, tall, athletic. She described all the things that he kind of is. So I couldn't see it, but I'm so curious to know how she's going to feel when he walks down the aisle. Like, I'm so curious.
There's going to be a big reveal here because there got to be a reason why the friends don't feel excited for him. And I don't think it's because they think he's a piss poor person. Because usually that is what it is.
I don't think that either.
Typically to me.
Yeah, I don't think that either. But Dominique, we just did the segment with Dominique, her friends. She told her friends, like, I'm going to have to ask my husband if I can go out or whatever the case may be. And they were excited. But they did say they're going to need their time or whatever. I can't. Dominique is the old soul. I have so many issues with people calling themselves old souls. It's not even funny.
Why do you have an issue with it?
But also, I think I take issue with everything. You know what it is? As a woman of a certain age, I feel like who uses old soul to describe things? Pedophiles. Oh, she's an old soul. You know what I mean? Like, it's weird. Like, if you're a young person and you have feelings or whatever the case may be, you're just like, I'm an adult. Like, I'm grown. Like, you know what I mean? I'd rather you say that than say I'm an old soul. Who wants to age themselves?
It bothers me because she just seems like the type of person who constantly speaks in the third person.
If you're calling yourself an old soul, you're the exact opposite. Because you would get to an age, if you're an old soul, that you're just too fucking grown to even be talking like that.
And you don't want to be called old.
But she got good big teeth.
What?
Nicole, them teeth is good and big. Yeah, I think you could. You think you could teach being good in bed?
Yeah,
I think so too.
I think in marriage period you have to.
Yeah, you talk about it all the time. Yeah. Well, maybe not everybody else, but
you should. I think in marriage period you should be teaching your spouse how to love you, and you're constantly learning how to love your spouse.
Yeah,
whether it be physically, sexually, mentally, spiritually.
But you can't teach Big Peter.
Yeah, but what does that have to do with anything?
If it ain't a good size, you can't teach nobody to make it a good size.
I'm not a woman, but from what I understand, that's not. It could be a huge Johnson, and you still have bad sex. So I don't think that means anything either. I think it's about teaching your spouse how to please you sexually.
I'm not talking about it being regular size. I'm saying, like, what if he has a vagina?
Well, then you married a transgender man.
No, that's not. That's not what
so
I'm saying.
then,
I just feel like there are boundaries. Well, maybe not. I think you could teach your spouse anything if you're open to it. I'm just curious. The idea that was the first place they went was fascinating.
Because typically that's the commentary from single, immature, dating friends.
Like, I would be more worried about, like, girl, you don't even know what the hell he do for a living.
Yeah, that wouldn't be the first thing. That would,
like, we can't Google him. Yeah. We can't find out if he was abusing women before.
You get married to somebody that you never met before, and as a friend, your first concern for your friend is bad sex.
Right.
This motherfucker could be a stalker.
He could be nuts.
He could be crazy.
Even though she seems like she would like a stalker.
He could be a pathological liar like the one guy was who didn't even have a job.
Oh my God.
Like,
they will never live that one down. That was creepy.
There's so many things to worry about from a mature standpoint. There's so many things to worry about that are bigger than, oh, what if they have bad sex? That's just that, but that's about being around the right people that you confide in about your relationship. You know what I mean? Like if that's your commentary for me, and I'm talking about my relationship, I'm just not going to talk to you about my relationship. We just going to talk about other shit, trivial shit.
But you know what? The kind of friends I need the kind of friends that are prepared in the background. You can be excited for me to my face and then talk about me behind my back with my other friends and be like, yo, we got to do some recognizance. Take your time. Yeah. We got to figure out what's what, who's doing what, how they doing it. Just in case.
Yeah.
We are armed with the information. She don't got to have it right now.
Yeah.
But we'll be armed when she needs it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Be happy for me in my face.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Especially if it's such a big thing like this, where it's already done. Like, it's done. I'm on the show. I'm getting married. Like, you can voice your concerns, but then they should be followed up with, all right, well, we here for you, so.
Period. It's really fascinating to see people like navigate just even having a conversation about getting married or whatever the case may be with other people. Because I feel like, you know, when you're dating, it comes supernatural.
What you mean?
Like when you go, I mean, I guess, I don't know. I feel like talking to my mom about getting married. I don't even think I ever have talked to my mom about getting married outside of being married.
Oh, yeah.
You know? Mm-hmm. Or like, oh, I think I can marry him. I don't even think I ever said no shit like that.
Yeah, me neither.
So it's like weird when you get to a place where you're like, now you have to have the conversation.
Yeah.
Did you have the conversation?
No, I didn't.
You ain't tell him you was going to ask me to marry?
I told him I was going to propose.
That's what I mean.
But it wasn't like I didn't ask for permission.
Oh, no. Okay, yeah. This man's name is Bo, and he looks like the caveman from State Farm commercials.
So,
okay, is that State Farm or is that Geico?
So this is Chris, who's telling his friend that he's getting engaged, and that's where we picked up at.
Chris don't do push-ups in real life.
No, he doesn't. First of all, we see this every year.
Every year.
Y'all map out the same shots every year.
And why not with them arms.
Run in the park. Go to yoga. Let's get some shots of like
I don't work out. That's why I'm thicker than a Snickers. Oh, he has 2 dogs? But y'all don't ask those questions.
What?
About the dogs. Kobe and Coda.
Yeah.
She has a dog too. Y'all wouldn't. Why would you pair somebody who already got 2 dogs with somebody who got 1?
We seen last year.
And last year, they had to put a dog in prison.
They literally had to put him. I mean, they almost wanted to put him down.
Gave the man life.
But we got to stop saying that.
Oh my God, I was thinking the same thing.
You do change who you are for your spouse, and that's okay.
You don't, I think what he's saying is like maybe your core values, maybe the core values in him.
But sometimes that's not what people really be meaning, I think, when people say that. They just mean like, I'm a messy person, so whoever marry me just gonna have a messy person.
Yeah, right? And it's like,
No, you don't. You definitely curtail your behavior.
And it's not a bad thing.
At all.
Change is not a bad thing. Change can be great.
But especially if you want peace in your home.
Right. And then it's a give and take though. It's not like you're just changing and it's...
Because your spouse changes for you.
If they're a good spouse.
So now we're on Jasmine and Eris.
I really think Eris should have been with Kirsten. But that's only because I think... Who is this big booty woman? Eris' cousin fine as hell. I actually really like that name, Eris. His whole family nice looking people.
Well, that's good. That's a promising sign that he said that.
But
Because I think it's a lot of motherfuckers out here searching for perfection.
But I think
and single because they can't find it.
It's your perspective on perfection. Because you can have somebody who is perfect for you.
Right.
But that isn't a perfect person.
Right. But I'm saying specifically, I think there's a lot of people out here who are searching for a perfect person.
Oh, 1,000%.
You understand what I'm saying?
1,000%. I'm excited for him. I feel like the first episode is always fun because I feel so hopeful.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, they want to be in love. It's going to be great. Ooh.
Oh, wow.
She said that because she know exactly who he is. Is this a spaghetti commercial with Heinz ketchup? Y'all, these people need to be stopped. That's all I'm going to say. You need to be stopped. That's a crime against humanity.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
That's disgusting. Sorry, y'all.
This is one of the first times that I've seen a family member straight out come out and say like, oh, please don't do this.
It's weird because at first I was really upset with her. Like, girl, be happy for him. But then again, if she knows that he could potentially hurt somebody just based on his track record, because he's not ready.
No, I don't know. That's not what that was born from to me. And most of the time,
what you think it was born from?
Most of the time, it's not born from that. Most of the time, it's born from people really don't like to see other people taking risks that they were always too afraid to take.
Okay, that's true too.
And a lot of times, especially on this show, when people are opposed to their friend or brother or sister or whatever coming on the show, it's strictly out of a place of you were too afraid to do anything like this, or out of envy.
I don't know. I feel what you're saying. Like, so I don't think that you're wrong, but I do feel like if he ain't no good and she know he ain't no good,
but that's not
we might need to listen to her.
That's not what she said.
She said that
she didn't say
he does not have a good track record, and she would like him to get to know somebody via traditional dating before doing.
And a lot of the times it's because they don't agree with the non-traditional route that this show is.
Okay.
And just because you don't agree with that doesn't mean that somebody else won't flourish in this process.
And that's I agree, because when he said it may be like a seismic shift for him, I actually kind of get that. Like, I do think that some people just need to be in certain situations in order to
1,000%.
You know what I mean?
And some people know what they don't know.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot to say, my picker is off, so I need somebody else to pick for me.
Right. Diamonds are...
Go ahead.
I was just going to say diamonds are only diamonds with pressure. Like, it's cold outside of that, right? And then you give it a little pressure, now it's a diamond. So some people might need a pressure.
1,000%. They got up here and said the same thing last season and the season before that about Imani and Witchercom. Everybody got up, and it was worse. They didn't say he's not ready. They said he be in the streets, he be in the club. Woo-doo-woo-doo-woo. They married with kids now, or a kid. You know what I mean? Yeah. So a lot of it to me, most of it, sometimes it's like, I know my sibling ain't shit, or I know, sometimes it is that, but I feel like from watching this show, the majority of the time, it turns out that it's really just the person.
But we got to think about it. I think we need to take that back, because I don't know that for a fact. I would like to go back in my Rolodex of people whose family has been upset with them getting married and think, are these people still?
In my unofficial Rolodex, I feel like that's what it says.
You know what I mean? I don't know, because I feel like I don't think that's the case. I do feel like if she is a woman and a real girl's girl, and she feel like he ain't no good in real life and he doing this for clout or whatever the case may be.
She didn't say he wasn't no good.
Felina, if that's your name, beautiful, I'm picking up what you putting down. How's that?
Not really. You just giving her pretty privilege.
I am.
Yeah, that's.
I am. I don't give a damn.
Yeah.
I am. I like pretty people, and most of the time I don't give a damn what they say. Okay.
Yeah, so we could just.
It's the truth.
Skip over that.
Don't do me.
Yeah.
Don't do me.
So now we're seeing Jasmine meet her family, and I guess she's about to tell her family.
Come on, this is my kind of family. Cheers, y'all. They drank. They click glasses.
I mean, literally behind
Love
the John head. They like, we filming.
They behind her head. Like nothing's gonna stop us.
Like what?
I'm not here to be listening to this shit every episode because
Like,
we in Nashville.
We in Nashville. Everything is
I'm
like
not
they
with
have
it.
other music in Nashville. The whole thing is not country.
Gina, I think she has such a
Funny face.
interesting look.
What place is this? They at the place where the food is coming down to them on a conveyor belt. She just picked the champagne bottle off this conveyor belt.
I like her face. You know what it is, Joe? Oh my God, y'all. I like Gina because I like white women with big mouths.
And I hate it.
Julia Roberts is everything to me.
It's so off-putting to me.
Gina, I love it. I think you are beautiful.
Wait a minute. She doesn't have a salon now?
She must be just working at a salon. She's getting her own.
This whole time she was saying she owned a salon.
So this is her mom?
I don't know, but she's a little person, so...
I really was hoping you wouldn't notice because I wasn't sure if you were going to say something politically incorrect. But you were correct.
Is her mom a little person?
I think she is. And they have regular sized people. They do. Babies all come out the same. Do not do that.
This is you talking. I haven't said anything.
She was a beautiful woman. She just was little. What's that funny? She was just little. You know what? You know what? Little people, I hope that's not offensive. It feels like I'm saying you're beautiful even though you're black. That's what it feels like I just said.
Yeah, maybe.
So I'm sorry, y'all.
Yeah.
I'm learning.
Clint, we're at Clint, and Clinton's talking to his family, about to tell his family he's getting engaged.
Chuck Norris, you mean?
Yes, Chuck Norris.
The Chuck Norris.
But I like that. He said, I'm a professional life liver.
I like that too. But also be a professional moneymaker.
Well, I think you got to be wealthy to be a professional life liver. You know
what though? You
like,
got to be wealthy to even say some shit like that.
Like, I just live life. Remember, we went to the winery. We met this guy at a winery.
Oh my God!
And he actually got us into the winery.
Yeah, he paid for us.
He paid for us, and we said, "Well, what do you do?" And he said, "This." And I said, "That's what I want to be when I grow up."
He said, "This."
I want to do this. I want to be a professional life liver.
But watch he say nothing about her career, and that bother her too. Watch he be like, "Oh, okay, that's it."
We have to stop. I promise y'all. I've been a man all my life. Some people haven't, so you got to say,
Joe.
What?
Joe.
That's nothing wrong with that.
Stop it. No, don't say. I'ma pop you in the mouth.
Okay, let's. Some people will acknowledge that they have not been one sex their whole life. You snapping for no reason. Like, anyway, my point is, I've been a man my whole entire life. Been around men, talked about women 1,000 times for 1,000 hours. I have never once heard a man say, I'm not into her because I'm just too intimidated by her. Stop saying it. Stop saying it.
Do you think that men show that they're intimidated, or do men show that they're uninterested?
I think men want to feel like certain men are intimidated by them. And I think that there's a large population of women who it makes them feel empowered as a woman to say something like that.
I think being a woman and being a corporate girly who makes a cute coin, I think that women don't receive that. Men receive validation for next to nothing. We got to be honest about that. So when women do these things and it's just like, oh my God, I've opened this business, I've done this, I'm successful in this and that, we long for external validation in a certain kind of way. It is really a thing. And I know this because I go through it myself. You know what I mean? Like, I experience it myself. So
you go through saying that you think men don't date you because they...
No. I'm literally the definition of divine femininity. So no man has ever said that.
That's what I mean. But, like, who goes around saying that?
No, what I'm saying is that it's not far-fetched to me that women say things like, oh, he's intimidated by me, because what they are actually saying is that I need external validation that I am in the place that I am.
We have to stop saying that.
That's what I'm saying.
We have to stop saying it.
Because the truth of the matter is
like,
that...
Please.
To say that a man will be intimidated by you would mean that a man is this forward, higher thinker. Never met him. Okay, and I mean that with all due respect. Men don't have the same
The truth is
degree.
they don't care.
That's exactly what I was about to say. What we find important, men don't necessarily find important.
At all.
So you
How
having
many
your
men
own
you met?
business and everything like that isn't intimidating.
At
But
all.
what you said was that you worked 2 jobs. Maybe you had to.
We do not care.
And you work, but hear me out. What she said was she worked 2 jobs, and that sounds like to me he was unhappy because you did not have time for him.
Right. That
And
part.
not to make her the problem, but I think it's less that you're ambitious and more that he didn't think that the ambition was towards the relationship, but towards wherever the fuck you wanted to go.
But that's what I'm saying. Sometimes you are the problem. It don't have nothing to do with your job. It don't have nothing to do with, in the same way that any woman would want a man to put her first, regardless of his career, a man will want the same thing. And so when a man
It
does
depends on how much money you make.
When a man does it, we all say it's you. We don't ever. I've never heard anybody say, "I think this woman was just intimidated by how much money you make." Like, we've never said that. We say,
because women
it's
don't.
If we say it's you should have made more time for her. You should have not put your X, Y, and Z over her. So, newsflash to these super intimidating women out there, that you can be literally doing making the same mistakes. You can be causing somebody the same stress, right? So this idea that, like, it's just a man being negligent with his time, and then if it's a woman, they're just intimidated by how much you work. Like, sis, get over yourself. Also, we do not care.
We do not care.
But I do think, like I said, I think there's something to the external validation piece where you feel like, for so often, women haven't been in a place historically to, like, make certain amounts of money, take care of themselves, do certain things. So I do think that we do, as a people, feel like we need a little bit of, like, I can do it too. You know what I mean? And we might think that somebody is rejecting us based on the I can do it too, when it really might be something else. And we're calling it intimidating because he's never met a woman who took care of herself or something.
Ever. Never met a woman with a job before.
Rubbing a man's feet.
Okay. Well, you
Bitch,
know how I feel about that. Don't touch my feet.
You know what? It's not even don't touch my feet for me. If you really talking to an old bitch who really got it going on, who got a husband, they've been married for 117 years, she would tell you, you ain't got to rub his feet. If he with you and he love you down, you would never have to do that. I just think men are supposed to love women more than they love them.
I don't think she said anything against that. She just said, I want to take care of mine. So there's nothing wrong with that. Just don't touch my feet.
Let me tell you something. It's certain stuff I'm not doing, and I'm buzzed right now, so I don't care. So I'm about to get real raw and ready. It's a lot of stuff I'm not. It's a
ready
lot of
for
stuff
what?
on God, on Beyonce, and all the disciples. It's a lot of stuff I'm just not doing because it goes against my God complex. I'm just not. It's just certain stuff. Like, what?
Well,
Child, I got a list, and I would tell y'all, but y'all ain't even grown enough.
I think what she was, coming at is your
priority shift.
Yes,
that's what she was saying.
Was she talking about Dominique?
She was talking about Dominique, obviously the child.
So she was right. Like her natural reaction was, you sound off to be on this show.
You sound like you're a child.
And it's true. One, Dominique is too young to be here, and Dominique is also not mature enough to be here. Just as a person, she's not mature enough to be here.
And I'm gonna tell you what made her not mature.
And all of that, like,
I'm an old soul. That's literally what you tell the old man that come pick you up, that you think cute, that don't want to mess with you. You be like, but I'm an old soul though.
Yeah, I'm an old soul.
Y'all are fast. Y'all are hot in the ass, and it's not cute.
Yeah, Dominique is. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for Mac.
But the Jones said she gonna give her man. Nicole said she gonna give Christopher a word, pineapple. First of all, Christopher don't even look like he speaks.
I don't understand what she was even talking about.
She's saying if I talk too damn much.
Then say pineapple?
Then say pineapple.
Girl.
If I'm doing too much, say pineapple. I don't have a problem with that because she's saying it might be, because sometimes you take offense to somebody telling you things.
Yeah, but that's, safe words are great, but this is completely misplaced, sis. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Huh? What did you say? I can't even.
I said in the bedroom.
Oh my God. Safe words are definitely great, but what are you talking about, sis? You talking about everyday conversation. I don't. If you need a safe word for everyday conversation, you're in a bad way. Okay, you're down bad. Like what?
Literally.
But she gives me nuts. Like she might really need a safe word for everyday conversation, which that's a problem, sis. What are you talking about?
Might. She does. I use the safe word in the midst of her speaking. Pineapple. Yeah. Girl, shut the up.
Yeah, I'm nervous for Christopher and Mac.
But you know what though? I think Christopher and Nicole will be fine. I think some men just know how to. I think you give me room to say whatever I want to out my mouth.
Yeah, but that's comes with familiarity. Oh, you can if you don't know, if I just met Nicole and she tell me she need a safe word for everything.
Oh, that would be over the top.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, okay.
Because I don't get like that until I'm super comfortable anyway.
I thought, but
I'm
also
an introvert, extrovert.
But also you have to know the person to even navigate through their quirks, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you say stuff or you do stuff and I know the meaning. Mm-hmm. I know the intention. So it's like for somebody who didn't know the intention or doesn't know the person, they would be kind of all put by it because we have that
or
timing.
We've talked about certain things.
Right. And I think that's what I'm nervous about Christopher and Nicole because he doesn't know her.
He don't know her at all, and he don't even seem like the type that would be
at all. He even a little bit.
Chill. He seemed like a really nice guy.
Yeah,
though.
At all.
But Clint and Gina, I'm kind of worried. Clint and Gina. I think Gina's going to be fine. I think Clint is going to have the issue.
True. I agree with that.
I think that's a good question. When the last time you had sex?
Right. He ain't say nothing wrong. He was single.
Oh, so they knew 2 weeks ago that they was getting married.
No. He said before. It was before he found out.
I don't know. I kind of feel like the whole conversation was odd. I feel like if you decided that you were going through a process to get married at first sight, you just shouldn't have sex. I think you don't have sex until they tell you you're not getting married at first sight. Because that's a lot of energy to be bringing in. I'm a big, y'all already know, like I'm a good witch. So I'm a big energy person. So I'm really big on energy. And I can almost tell when I'm around a man if they've had relationships with another person, because that shit be on them. They almost stink of it. So like the idea that you would even do that is weird to me. Like I think that's like, you're not ready. So
this is why I don't really have a problem with it. One thing, easier said than done, because you're kind of sick. This is a long process. So
we don't know how long the process is though. We actually do not know.
I'm not claiming to know how long.
Right, so we don't know that it's a long process. They've said it's a long
process, though. They've said
they said it's an arduous process. No, nobody has said yes, they have. It's been like months. Because what's long?
Let me finish my thought, babe. So fully acknowledging that these words are subjective to the person. Pain, length, all of these words in the English language are subjective to the person. My point is that they have said in interviews, I've personally heard people say in interviews, it's a long process, which we've also, in response to a lot of commentary about the process, have said on this channel that we would love to know more about the process, especially from the production side of what's actually happening, but we never really get that insight, even in the matchmaking ceremony. So we watch the matchmaking ceremony and it's very cut and pasted, and we go through one episode, they go through all of these people, and then boom, we have our couples, right? So we don't know specifically how long the process is, but we know that it's a long process at least by their opinion, right? You're asking somebody to put their life on hold for something that they have no clue when it's going to end or how it's going to end. For something they signed up for. We're not talking about a job. We're not talking about a job. We're talking about getting married. If you have the intentions to get married, you sign up for something to get married. You do not think you need to start shifting your thoughts to a more committed space. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I went through the process of trying to be on a reality show, right? The minute that I went in and had an interview, I had zero clue when I was going to hear from these people again. But you were not signing up to get married. For a long period of time, I literally didn't know when I was going to get a call, when I was not going to get a call. So a lot of that process is really wild. You want to know why that's all semantics?
Because that he said he had sex 2 weeks.
My commentary was, it's a long process. So to me, you're asking somebody to put their life on hold.
But wait, you just should wait. He's already been interviewed, right? So you would know. Let me start moving a little differently.
I'm not saying that I disagree with that. That I didn't say that I disagree. We came in on the part where Shaquille and Kirsten are now picking their outfits for the wedding.
But how lucky did they get? Do you think they just saw some of these good-looking people and thought, we're just going to pick them? I don't give a damn what the process is.
But this is my point. I really want to know more about this process because obviously some people are poached out of God knows where. Like
Jasmina.
Like obviously some people are poached.
Jasmina.
And then some people go through the extensive casting process.
Yeah.
So I really want to, and I don't, the one thing that I do feel like is it's not fair that everybody doesn't go through the same process.
But I do feel like after you go through a process like this, you've got to feel like I could do anything.
I mean, I think to even sign up for a process that's like, you got to feel like I could do anything. Cause you would be hard pressed to get me to even, get close to even put my name on the paper for something like that.
I want so desperately, every time we pause it, it's him and the cousin talking. I want so desperately to know what they're saying, but I guess I'm going to get to it.
I mean, yeah, because they just do these things where it's just a precursor to what's going to happen later.
Anyway, but I still...
But it's probably her asking him not to do it, which is also a violation because they're dressed up. So this is happening on the wedding day.
Right. Don't do that to the girl.
Misery, like that's
you think that's misery?
That's misery.
Oh, you think
I don't care how much I was opposed to somebody doing something like this, or even just somebody marrying a certain spouse. I would never show up anybody. Forget me. Anybody of solid morals or good friendship qualities would never show up to your wedding, pull you aside before you went down the aisle and be like, you ain't got to do this, right?
That's a fact.
Some fuck shit. That's fucked up.
That's a fact. Your good friends will tell you when you're getting a divorce. I never liked them.
Straight up. Like, okay, you done? All right, cool. I'm glad you done.
Right.
You know what I mean? But
thank God.
For people to keep, because we've seen that in prior seasons where people continue to bend somebody's ear about how much they think they shouldn't do this.
Yeah, it'd be too much.
Like they did it.
Like mind your business. They did it. Now what?
And but again, that also shows me what type of person you are. You know what I'm saying? And where that shit is born from. Because you can genuinely disagree with somebody's choices, but still be supportive to them and still not dramatize it. Make a scene out of it. I can't believe he doing this and da-da-da-da-da. Y'all get into fights and all of that shit. Like the one guy's brother did last season. They damn near.
He wasn't wrong though.
He kind of was wrong.
But
it wasn't
sometimes
him.
People put. How about that? Yeah. But sometimes people put, like you said, their whatever it is.
They project.
Yeah, they project.
Not even sometimes. Most of the times. People are projecting, and this goes outside of relationship stuff. This goes out of life stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I had a family member who was about to move cross country, and the members of her immediate family was in a tizzy about it, to the point where you would have thought she said, "I'm gonna go and become a monk, and that's what I'm gonna do for the rest of my life." Like, you would have thought she said something so wild and outlandish when all she said was she wanted to move. But because if you know them, they are of the ilk that's not something that you do. You know what I mean? Yeah. You go to school so you can go to another school so you can then get a degree, or at that point, so you can either go to another school or so you can get a job, get a house, go to work, come home and do it all the next day. So when she came at them with her big dreams and all of the big dreams as far as wanting to move, they were in a fist fight about it for a long time, right? And if you know them, you understood that they were just projecting their own fears and insecurities onto her.
That happened to me too when I was going to move.
It happens a lot.
Yeah. It
happens a lot.
Or even when I'm like, I'm going to quit my job.
Yep. Oh, same thing.
My mom would be like, why?
Same person.
I'm like, girl, you quit your job all the motherfucking time. I know you're not asking me why I'm going to quit my motherfucking job.
Yeah. It was the same thing. Same situation. Similar to you, it was a job too. It was the moving and a job thing. She said she wanted to quit her job. It was this whole
But she got bigger balls than me.
No, y'all did the same thing.
No, she's ballsy. In a great way. I mean that in the best way.
Yeah, but still, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like she's
still a lot of projection.
Yeah.
Like, why would you quit your job?
Oh.
She's very young and thirsty, y'all. That should not be surprising.
But the idea that you still having a conversation with this man and he done said something about your TTs
Dominique
more than once
she's boy crazy because she's 21, and this is what 21-year-olds do at a bar. So this
he literally said, "I can give you something else to suck on."
Yeah, and she
on God.
This is why she don't.
We will be rumbling in that joint.
Yeah, this is why she shouldn't.
Not to be so aggressive with you guys. I'm just saying, like, y'all don't think that's over the top? Did I predict the old soul thing or no?
She's definitely giving kid, especially kid in the bar. She drunk, and so she in his face, and he talking about her titties, and she cackling like she's. Even the other Jones is looking at her like, sis, what are you doing?
He's a stripper, and I mean this with all due respect.
He's a stripper.
With all due respect.
Oh, he's definitely a stripper.
He's a stripper. He's a stripper who came to strip at your bachelor party. This is not the best man. Yeah. That is not where you're going to find the love of your life.
No, it's not.
It's not. Sit down, because this is your bachelor party. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
They all talking about sex. Y'all not tired? First of all, why do men? I really do not understand why the men keep talking about sex.
Everybody keeps talking about sex. Zara. It's the show. Thing? It's the show. You notice how nobody. You notice how nobody else is talking about anything else? But this is the same. It's like they have a map of what they want the first couple episodes to be, and it's like it's the same thing. It's so cookie cutter.
It's the same
I wish
thing.
They would just at least give them free range. You know what men who don't know each other talk about most of the time? Sports.
Right.
The reality of it is, we've never seen anything where somebody's on a show arguing about LeBron versus Jordan, which is realistic. Arguing about, is Tom Brady the GOAT? Like, this is what men.
But
if you've
all
ever
men
been
don't
out,
like sports.
It's not about that. If you've ever been in a setting where there's multiple men,
yeah, somebody's gonna start the conversation.
Somebody's arguing, and they especially
That's real.
When they're trying to have a conversation, they're trying to find common ground, and they don't know each other.
Yeah,
sports is almost always the go-to subject.
Yeah,
I've never watched Married at First Sight, and the guys was sitting on the couch somewhere just talking about sports. Right? So it's very much so produced. They always say the same question. They use words like consummate. I've never heard a man say, when are you going to consummate your marriage? Like, they're feeding them these lines.
Men don't spell it.
Yeah. They're feeding them these lines. And I wish they would just let it be a little bit more organic. Because you can get, believe it or not, y'all, you can get great footage out of just regular organic conversation. Somebody gonna say something crazy. I agree.
I think sometimes when we talking, sometimes I'm like, oh my God, this would be
1,000%. And it don't have to do nothing. It doesn't have to have anything to do with anything salacious, sex, or at all. Most of the time, it's not. Yeah.
Even though you sent me a text message this morning that almost got you blocked.
Oh, I did send a salacious text. But it was actually not even that salacious.
It wasn't that.
It was literally a fact.
It was suggestive.
Guess what, guys? It was literally a fact. It was from Uber Facts. If you follow the page on social media, Uber Facts, it was literally an Uber fact that I felt like my wife needed to see.
Oh.
Because it was an Uber fact that pertains to relationships.
Or to her health.
And your health. It actually was literally an Uber fact that pertained to your health. And that's what I'm concerned about.
I don't know. This young woman, I think that, what's her name? Kirsten. I hope I'm saying that right.
It's Kirsten.
I think that she, looking at the John Dominique, exactly how I've been looking at her from the moment they put her on the episode.
Everybody gonna look at Dominique like that because they're all older.
I don't even know what's about to happen. I don't even know what's about to happen, but I know.
Mike is about to be fed up. That's what's about to happen. Mac. This is the first week, y'all.
Mac is homeless.
Y'all know we don't know these people. I'm sorry to that man. We're coming towards the end of the episode, and they are getting dressed for the wedding. But this is also fake, y'all. You know who are the first people up on their wedding day? The people who are getting married. Nobody needs to wake you up. If you've ever had a wedding before, no one needs to come in the room and jump on your bed.
No BS. I slept on the couch the night before.
You slept on the couch?
You remember we had a big old house, like a family house. And it was like all my family in one house. My mom and my sister had this big massive room, and then it was like 6 bedrooms or something like that, and everybody was there. And Sarah was there too, and Sarah slept on one end of the couch, and I slept on the other.
But you also had a big giant master bedroom.
The way the air was, like you know how the air is above our bed?
Yeah.
That's how the air was above theirs.
Okay.
I'm curious to know how many people name their kids Shaquille after Shaquille O'Neal.
Almost all of them. I think almost all of them.
It's like Jalen.
Unlike Jalen. Jalen swear everybody named it. I don't believe that. Like, I really don't.
I think that's hilarious, and I think it to be true.
He missed his daughter's wedding because he didn't want to take a COVID test?
Slow down. Yo, my wedding day, my mom was helping me do everything, but she had on these orange gloves. I showed you this.
Yeah, I don't know. What?
It's weird though, because when you're wearing white, the person who's handling your dress should in fact wear some gloves. Because, you know, if they have any residue, and my dress was, I forget the material, but it definitely would have stained if you touched it.
Uh-huh.
But she had on these orange gloves. When I was going to air my mother out. She was fully dressed. We taking pictures.
To have the gloves
she got on the orange gloves
because she said she wanted her hands to be soft when she.
She said, when people shake my hands, I want to. I'm like, I'm gonna burn the house then. Y'all would have been so proud of me because I was so calm, but in my brain, I'm like, we're taking pictures. Why the hell do you have these orange gloves?
You're going to have to take them gloves off.
And my mom got nice hands. Well, but it's because she wears gloves.
I'm about to say, because she protects them. Well, first of all, Kirsten, she's a little late because the one thing she said was, I don't want him to have no bald head. He obviously has a bald head. But the craziest commentary, pre-wedding commentary to me was when they asked Christopher, what do you think your wife's going to be? He said, I just think her name is going to be Nicole and she's a brunette.
Oh, we didn't talk about that.
I was like, whoa.
But if he married, he's going to stay with her because he's going to think, I knew it. Until he gets the premonition that she burns the home
Until
down.
she opens her mouth, yeah.
Once he get the premonition.
She's going to really test. I mean,
that was crazy.
She's going to test him a lot. He literally was like, I just think her name is Nicole, and I think she's a brunette. That was crazy. But she's gonna test him. I think Kirsten's gonna be fine when he's gonna be a bald-headed dude and whatever. She's gonna be fine with him. I mean, yeah, let's just leave it at that.
You think she's gonna be fine? I think so.
I think she is.
But y'all, this is funny. I'm like really not nearly as candid because most of the times I eat me a little edible. We watched Married at First Sight. Joe don't talk to me the whole time Married at First Sight.
I be trying to watch the show because full disclosure, I don't watch the show twice.
Right, I do, yeah.
I don't watch it twice, so when we watch it, I have to pay attention because otherwise I won't know what I don't know when I would watch it twice. I don't know when she watches it twice. I'm like, we typically try to film the next day. I don't have time to watch the joint twice. Yeah. So I got to pay attention, but she be wanting to like go into a whole thing. I'm like, babe, we have to I can't go back, so I got to listen to what they saying.
He be straight ignoring my ass.
I be just trying to pay attention.
It'd be so funny, and I'd be like, right? And you'd be like,
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So is the mom just at the airport? Like she got delayed.
Was just there. What she need to be at the airport?
But maybe she went on a trip or something. Oh, that's her. That's the mom. She just late. She just black. One thing a black person gonna do is show up late to your wedding.
Not my wedding. Her mom look like Angela Bassett.
No, she don't. Don't do that, Don't do that to Angela.
She look just like Angela Bassett.
Don't do Angela Bassett like that, please. Do not disrespect that legend.
My dad was running late too, so I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt.
But he had issues. That's a different.
You think he made they bow ties?
Yeah, he fucking like he a seamstress or whatever. Which I don't. I said.
They nice bow ties.
I know, babe.
Do you see a little feather in it? That's
but
right.
I know what I'm nervous about with Shaquille. I don't want him to only be on this show because he doesn't want to be single.
Ain't that why they all on this show?
But you know what I mean? Like he's so distraught about having been alone. It's almost like you're only operating in a deficit. You know what I mean?
Well, he winning.
He definitely winning. This little wedding be looking so awkward.
But it's so little.
It's so little, and I think that adds to the awkwardness.
Oh, come on, Grandma. Shout out to all the people who still got their grandparents, man.
How about that? My grandmother
That's so beautiful.
100 years old, and she want to get Botox and shit.
Yes, she do.
What are you talking about? Like, what is going on?
But I love that he's so vulnerable. Not even vulnerable. These are honest emotions.
It's honest emotions, but is he gonna be this season's Justin?
No, he ain't been crying that much. He crying at the real parts you should be crying at. Cause you get if
Are
you
saying
got
that Justin wasn't crying that real?
I'm saying that Justin was crying to manipulate people. And I don't think that's what he's doing. I think he's having like genuine emotions. I don't believe people just cry like that all the time.
No, some people do, babe. Some people they get a hangnail and they cry.
But you don't think that it's a manipulative tactic?
I think Justin cries the way he does in his house by himself.
If you ever show up to my wedding
with a jean jacket on,
expect not to get in.
And it's on camera, like
we had a strict.
But you have to have a dress code, y'all, because these people. I was gonna say another word. But these people
will show up.
Or really people.
Like it's a barbecue.
They sure will.
But his family looked dressed. All right, y'all, we did it. Thank you guys for joining us so much. Make sure you check out Married at First Sight. We are on episode 2, technically, or 1. I don't know.
But this is the first real episode.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Intisar. This is my beautiful husband, Joseph. And we'll see you guys later. Bye. Ain't it a lot of Nigerians? There's a lot of Nigerians in Nashville.
He's Nigerian?
No, I'm saying it's a lot of Nigerians in Nashville.
But where did this Nigerian comment come from? I'm like, yo.
You said she gonna be good with him. I'm thinking that she might have a type.
And you think her type is Nigerian?
I think her type is good looking.
Where did the Nigerian thing come from, babe? I need to know. Like, I don't know where this came from. Like, I'm still trying to trace it back. Like,
oh God, I have no idea.
Oh,
I have no idea.
Almost done.
We're almost done.
Because now I don't know what she's talking about. What?